All right. So again, we've seen this screen a few times here. I get a bunch of different ways to do it. I want to go and now work on my VS camera. I can go ahead and click on it here. I'm gonna hit setup. Everything we showed in the first bit of the training session, the communications, the general, the GPIO, the jobs are identical. All right. So those are all going to be the same. So I won't go back into those gory details, but that's where those are. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new job. We're going to look at some gaskets today. And we could do a bunch of different things with some gaskets here. So again, the first thing it's going to come for, since this is a real camera, is going to be the trigger mode. We'll leave it as a GPIO single shot, or I'm sorry, a device trigger single shot. We'll go into our acquisition settings here. You can see here my image is quite blurry. I got a couple of gaskets here. Let me go ahead and fix some of this up. So today we'll basically we'll have a gasket, and I have some that we can make that are bad gaskets, right? So that one's missing a piece here, so we could play around with some of these. I've done some of these demos before, but we'll go ahead and do them one more time. As you can see here, I have a cable in my field view. Let me move that to the side. All right. First thing I want to do is focus this thing up a little bit. It's definitely out of focus. So you can see here with my slider bar, I adjust that focus. I could zoom in. A lot of times when I'm looking at a feature or detail, I like to zoom in on a specific area and see how it's functioning and working. So I zoom in there. I can see it looks like a nice edge, good line. You can see there are some of these white dots that are popping up. These are actually on the part. So this is an actual gasket. There's some kind of fiber or reflective material that is being shot. I clean my optics, I promise you. So that's what that looks like. Again, I have my different exposure times. Since this is vision, I could try to create a little bit more contrast if I like. That's a lot of contrast I just created. I can move this and adjust this slider bar down to give me some good contrast there. I could zoom in and zoom out just by using my mouse wheel, or again on the right hand side over here. So what I'll do here is I'm going to come out of the live video. And as you can see here, it should function for us, acquire an image, and it does. And that's the way it's supposed to work. Here's where the settings are. Again, if I have any kind of adjustments I want to make, I have different illumination capabilities. I'm using my internal illumination here. I have my top, bottom, left, right, different ring or adjustments on my red indicator here. So I could say if I want to shut it right or left off, if I have grids or any kind of like grooves or surface finish, that if I apply a north-south light that enhances it and allows me to stop doing my inspection, I can make those types of adjustments there. So once I'm happy with my particular images, I do want to play with this. I'm going to make this my golden image. I'm going to go ahead and click on this little eye here, and I'm going to say that this was my setup image. And I can even put it get set up on 6/16. And I can go ahead and hit save info. So that way I have a repository. Again, when I save this job, if I want to send it to somebody or move it to another line, these golden images will come with it to allow me to help set it up.